The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing
Well, it's basketball night in Texas.
on the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs Basketball. Howe Bulldogs Basketball, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Techway,
Stolen away by Tegan Stubblefield.
Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Core Fits Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric.
Rebounded by Griffin, who puts it right back up.
Also brought to you by 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Welcome. We are at the ranch on Ponderosa. Monty Walker not with Justin White today. Today it's going to be Mr. Jake Roberts making his color debut. Jake, welcome.
Very excited to be here. It's a long time in the waiting for this, I guess.
Yeah, it has been. And you've been here at Howe High School before. You used to go here, didn't you?
Well, I went to the middle school, and of course I came over here plenty of times during athletics. But it's been a little while since I've been in the atmosphere of a public school, as a private school is where I go now. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
So your color analyst debut, and it's the Howe Lady Bulldogs and the Blue Ridge Lady Tigers. We are at the ranch here on Ponderosa at Howe High School. The starters for tonight for the Howe Bulldogs will be, it's senior night, so it's going to be very heavy senior starting lineup. Matter of fact, there's a couple of seniors that have not played in a while. They're injured, and those being Trinity Williams and Avery Snap. They have not played in a great while, but they're going to start tonight. It is senior night. It's the final game at the ranch here on Ponderosa. Landry Sanders will get the start. Riley Burris will get the start, and the only non-senior will be Trinity Williams for the Lady Bulldogs. So there you go. Jake Roberts, why don't you give us the starting lineup for the Blue Ridge Lady Tigers?
All right, the starting lineup for the Blue Ridge Lady Tigers is Kylie Mathers, who is a senior, Gracie Pullen, who is a senior as well, Bree Ward is a junior, and Abigail Jimenez is a
Jimenez is a senior.
Okay, it doesn't say on the sheet here. That's my bad. And then the last starter is Rana Shuri. Is that, did I pronounce that right? Shiri. Yeah, and she is a junior as well.
So the standings are really already, they've already been determined for the playoffs for Class 3A District 11 for the girls. Gunner 10-1. And Pottsboro 10-1 have clinched the playoffs. The only thing determining there is who's going to be 1 and 2 seed. Bells is 8-3 with the 3 seed currently, and Whitewright has clinched with the 4 seed at 7-4. However, there could be some flip-flopping on the back end of that thing with Whitewright and Blue Ridge. So, or Whitewright and Bells rather.
Yes.
Blue Ridge comes in at 4-7 in district play. Howe 3-8. I think we're going to be ready for the national anthem here in just a moment as the officials are lined up. And we have not had the player introductions yet, but
ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
There's our
cue.
cue for the national anthem. We'll let you listen to it in full entirety. And with that, it's basketball afternoon in Texas.
That's a new one for you.
That's pretty new. That's pretty new.
We would like
Hey, so is the ranch. We're going to try to brand that.
Okay. Where did that come from?
Well, it's Ponderosa.
Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, you're probably too young to remember Ponderosa and all those westerns that included the Ponderosa Ranch.
Okay.
So they're introducing the starting lineups here. Again, it's senior, technically senior night, but it's senior afternoon.
Sophomore Maddie Martinez.
Interesting that everything got canceled with the weather that we've been having.
Yeah, originally it's supposed to be Friday night game. It got pushed back to today due to all this beautiful weather that we've had in the past several days.
Yeah, it's been interesting. The ice.
So now we're getting ready for the Lady Bulldogs.
Lady Bulldogs.
And you'll see, again, for the first time in a long time in uniform, will be Trinity Williams and Avery Snap. Suffered injuries early in the season. And going to be nice to see them in their final game here
Number 12,
at home.
sophomore Kendall Griffin.
There's Kendall Griffin. She's the only non-senior in the starting lineup this afternoon.
Number 2,
She's a sophomore.
senior
Landry Sanders, the senior guard.
Number 20, senior Riley Burris.
Senior Riley Burris makes her way. It's her first start of the year, I believe.
Number 3, senior Trinity Williams.
Trinity Williams, who tore an ACL, she's walking. She didn't even come out to the officials because she's injured. And here's Avery Snap, who will run, and she makes her way on the court. She taps the officials, and here we go. The Lady Bulldogs have been introduced. The head coach is Derek Lands. Lands has 460 career wins. That's not right. That is 459 still.
Okay.
I believe, let me take that back. I think the Lady Bulldogs are actually 2-7. Let me think back, Blizzard. They did not beat Gunter. So the score was reversed on my sheet. The Lady Bulldogs actually 2-7 in district play and 8-21 overall. They lost to Gunter. We also have the Blizzard here tonight, and he'll be doing stats. Welcome. Oh, and
how are y'all?
there it is. We thought his mic was muted, but apparently it's on.
Yeah, we're ready to go here tonight.
All right. So we're ready for tip-off. I don't know how long we're going to see the two seniors that are injured. They're in the very backcourt. Landry Sanders to tip off here. And we are just about ready to be underway, and there's the whistle to begin this thing. Sanders will control the tip. It goes back to Avery Snap, who gives it to Trinity Williams, and Howe calls a timeout. It got into the hands of both the seniors who were injured, and Lands called a timeout. I asked him before the game, how long are we going to see the two seniors that are injured? And he said, I don't know, we'll see.
That's an interesting
He
way to get them
never
in.
tips his hand on anything. The veteran coach with 459 wins. And Tegan Stubblefield checks into the game along with Gentry Doty. And Stubblefield will bring it down. Picks up her dribble before half court, but she gets it to Landry Sanders. Back to Stubblefield, long three, left wing. That one's in. And Howe takes a 3-0 lead to start the game with 7:42 left to go here in the first period. Dribbling down for Blue Ridge will be Pulliam, and it lands in her hands. An offensive foul has been called, and I believe that's going to be on Jimenez. And that's her first. 7:31 on the clock, and inbound. Stubblefield to Sanders, back to Stubblefield, being guarded by Pulliam. Across to Sanders, who picks up her dribble inside the Inside to Burris, rather, who feeds Griffin. And Howe with a 5-0 lead, 7:14 on the clock. Burris threw me off right in the middle of the lane, 7:07. And now a quick pass knocked out of bounds by Griffin, and Blue Ridge will retain possession.
That's a good start for Howe, exactly what they needed to do. Come out here and score a few buckets.
5-0. Inbounding is Pulliam to Mathers, and Pulliam will give it back. And now back to Mathers. Inside Jimenez. Back to Mathers. Now Pulliam, right wing, deep ball for three, no good, it's short. And it goes out of bounds, and Howe will have possession. I will actually say it went off of a Howe player, and Blue Ridge will retain possession. And inbound here, Mathers quickly over to Ward. In the corner, blocked by Doty, and it goes out of bounds. And Howe will have possession. A great play there by Gentry Doty. Sanders on the inbound to Stubblefield. They play catch back across. Stubblefield, a bad pass is knocked away by Ward, but it goes out of bounds, and Howe will retain possession.
Yeah, and Blue Ridge is bringing up two defenders to guard the people that are trying to come over, and that's causing a little bit of confusion.
Sanders' pass is errant. It gets away. Going the other way is Mathers. A quick pass, and Sanders is going to steal it back, but it goes out of bounds. And Howe, the officials are disagreeing with each other on who has possession, and Blue Ridge is going to end up with it. Pulliam to inbound. And a bounce pass inside underneath, and a foul is going to be called as Mathers went up for it.
Just a simple pass inside, and then a good shot that was fouled.
Yeah, Tegan Stubblefield is going to be called for the foul. It's her first. 6:25 on the clock, and the shot rims in and out, no good. Blue Ridge yet to score. We're at the 6:25 mark here in quarter number one. Again, if you're just joining us, Jake Roberts making his color analyst debut, and there's Blue Ridge's first bucket of the night. 5-1, Howe in the lead with 6:25 left to go in the first. A bounce pass from Kendall Griffin over to Landry Sanders on the inbound. And now Doty, and another good pass underneath. Griffin puts it up, and that's good, 7-1.
Great pass. They are just, they're leaving that open every time.
Good ball movement by the Lady Bulldogs. So here is Pulliam looking for Mathers, right wing. And she does have it. And now over to Mathers. Jimenez in the corner, guarded by Doty. Jimenez dribbles up left wing, now up top Pulliam. A perimeter game for Blue Ridge. Dribbling to the near side is Pulliam, guarded by Sanders. Towards the left wing, but top of the key. Mathers, and then back to Pulliam. A pass underneath gets away, goes out of bounds, and Howe will have possession with 5:32 remaining in the first.
That's great defense by the Howe Bulldogs on that.
Stubblefield, Sanders just playing catch across the court until they get it across the line. Kendall Griffin, a bounce pass to Tegan Stubblefield. A long pass to Gentry Doty, who puts it up short off the rim, but Landry Sanders gets the rebound. A fight for it. Stubblefield will get the errant pass. Doty has it, a long three, and it's stuck between the glass and the rim. You don't see that every day.
That's a long shot to be taken, and then especially you don't see it get stuck in the side of the basket like that, and the ref just jumped up and hit it out.
She was about 6 feet behind the line.
Steph Curry range.
Yeah, just decided wanted to take a shot with that one.
I got to work on Blizzard's mic. We didn't test that out. I've got him pushed all the way up. 5:01 on the clock here in the first. 7-1, Howe in the lead. Jimenez, left wing, now in the corner. That's Mathers. And now a long bank shot three from Jimenez. I don't think she called glass, but they'll score it anyway, 7-4. 4:41 on the clock. Stubblefield across the line. Doty, a quick pass inside to Madeline Stewart, and it goes out of bounds after Pulliam I believe, knocked it out, or did she get called for the foul there? She did get called for the foul. Well, they're not going to call it on Pulliam. Apparently, they're going to call that on Shirey. It'll be her first. And Derek Lands is calling for a sub. And Gentry Doty will check out. And Reese Smith will check in, another sophomore. Howe's going to be really good in a couple of years. A lot of sophomores on the roster and even a freshman. Here's a pass inside, gets away from Natalie Stewart. She tries to dive for it, but it's recovered by Blue Ridge Pulliam. They bring it down the middle of the court, guarded by Sanders. It goes off of the leg of Tegan Stubblefield. She can't contain it, and Blue Ridge regains possession here with Pulliam in the middle of the court. Mathers will switch places with Ward across the paint. And here's Mathers at the free throw line, picks up her dribble. Pulliam, long three. That one is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Natalie Stewart, who gives it to Tegan Stubblefield, and we go the other way. Reese Smith in the corner. Trapped, the ball gets away from her. A jump ball, if they're ever going to call it, and they finally do. And with 3:56 left to go in the first, Howe leads 7-4, and Blue Ridge will take possession on the jump ball.
This is a bit of a chaotic game if you're listening from home. Not a lot of good offense and good defense. It's a lot of interesting passes that are going in the wrong direction.
So Landry Sanders will inbound this as Howe's going to have possession. Reese Smith will check out. Griffin into the game, or Gentry rather, back into the game. Sanders looking for somewhere to go. Everything covered up, but Griffin ends up with it. The ball stripped away from her, but she gets it back. Pivoting and finds Stubblefield left wing, now top of the key to Sanders. Back to Stubblefield for three. Off the side of the rim, no good. And Pulliam comes down with it, a quick pass in the corner. Maynor into the game for Blue Ridge, and a long three by Mathers as short goes out of bounds. Tried to save by Maynor, and she wasn't able to do it, and Howe's going to have possession with 3:34 left to go in the first.
And a lot of long threes we've seen so far at the beginning of this game, yeah.
Blue Ridge has not attempted a two-point shot yet tonight.
Wow.
Griffin at the top of the key as they get it across. Now to Landry Sanders. Left wing for three, rolls in, rolls out, goes out of bounds. We'll see who has possession. It's going to be Blue Ridge, as Lands and everyone else was really upset. And Derek Lands just talked him into a possession change. Did that just really happen?
That's exactly what happened. He just said white, and then
the official changed his mind after Derek Lands said, hey, it's going the other way. So Griffin in the corner on the inbounds, a jumper, and that's no good, but she gets her own rebound, and then it gets away from her. Pulliam will have it going the other way. At the right elbow is Pulliam. She pulls it. First two-point shot of the night for Blue Ridge, and it's no good. Rebounded and into the arms of Pulliam again at the top of the key. Errant is exactly the term here. Not a lot of structure in this basketball game so far. Maynor now left wing, Pulliam, top of the key. Jimenez thought about it, now did. Three, that's no good. Rebounded by Pulliam in the middle of the lane, however. A shot out on the side is good, and I believe, I had a little obstruction there in my view, but I believe that was Rylan Smith. And there's a long pass from Griffin to Stewart. It's over the head of Stewart, goes out of bounds, and a turnover by Howe, and Blue Ridge will take possession.
There's been a lot of crazy passes, and I'm not sure what the turnover count is, but by both teams, and I would assume that just a lot has been pretty crazy.
Both teams have 4 turnovers right now.
I've got to fix Blizzard's mic somehow. There is a pass underneath Smith off the glass. That one's good, and Blue Ridge takes their first lead of the night, or afternoon rather, 8-7 with 2:16 left to go in the first. Blizzard, go ahead and give me the turnover stats.
There's 4 turnovers by Howe and Blue Ridge so far tonight.
So there is an inbound pass. Gentry Doty and Kendall Griffin. It gets away there. And Blue Ridge will have, sorry, we're working on some technical issues there. When we turn the Blizzard's mic way up, of course the crowd mic goes way up. So Blue Ridge is going to have possession, and I'm not sure if he talked him into that one over there or not, but.
I mean, I don't know if anyone could do that, except, of course, Derek Lands.
So here's Pulliam, top of the key to Smith. Inside Pulliam, back outside Mathers for three, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, however, by Jimenez, and it goes out of bounds, and Howe will have possession. Sanders to inbound. Blue Ridge leading 8-7. It goes over Stubblefield's hands into the hands of Landry Sanders, but it goes right out. And Howe is a turnover machine so far today.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're running that press. They're bringing a few people up, and it's really causing a lot of in the front.
So here's Pulliam. Maynard. Now into the game is Avery Wood, left side. And a loose ball foul has been called, an offensive foul. And that will be on, I don't have a 35. They say 35 on the board, but regardless, Howe's going to have possession here. Trailing by one with $1:32 left to go in the first. Griffin will dribble across, and a foul's going to be called on Smith as Griffin just kind of ran right into her. Landry Sanders to inbound, got Tegan Stubblefield. Now in the corner to Griffin, a wide open three for Sanders, who drains it, and Howe regains the lead, 10-8.
A good shot right there, just a simple moving the ball around, and that's what they've needed all game.
Maynard with the ball left side, top of the key to Jimenez. Into the game is Martinez. A deep bench for Blue Ridge. They bring a lot of players over here. Right side, that's Martinez up top. Shirey, and now Maynard for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Stubblefield for Howe. And now in the middle of Griffin. And here she goes. Off to the races to the right side. Nobody in her way. A jump shot off the glass. That one's good. And Howe extends their lead 12-8 with 29 seconds left to go in the first. Bringing across the middle is Avery Wood, guarded by Landry Sanders. It gets away from Martinez for a moment, but she regathers the ball and now throws it away. Sanders has it. She has it stolen away from her. Sanders is going to draw the foul actually on Jimenez, who tried to put it back up. Sanders will be called for her first of the night.
Yeah, it was almost like a football interception by Sanders there, and then it just got away from her.
Let's talk to Blizzard and see if we can finally get.
How we doing tonight, everybody?
Hey, that's better.
There we go.
We figured it out. I knew we had these switched early on when we were doing the test. We had our mics switched, and that's what it was. So here's Jimenez. And the back end is good, and our new score is 12-10 with 14.4 left to go in the first. Howe will have possession with Gentry Doty throwing it in. A pass out left to Griffin. Stubblefield back to Doty. A quick pass. She just heaved it. As soon as she got it, she just heaved it. I don't even know that she knew that Griffin was down there.
No,
she just heaved it.
I think it was just an assumption that she was in that general area. And somehow it's still Howe's ball.
Yeah, it went off of a Lady Tiger. So Doty's pass gets away again. Maynard will have it. It'll end up with Maynard, who drives to the bucket. Griffin tries to draw the charge. No call. And the shot was no good. Rebounded by Lachey Thornton, and that's the end of the first. 12-10, and it was pretty ugly. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Howe Bulldogs basketball brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, TechWave, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Core Fit Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric. Also brought to you by 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete. Now with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
We're back at the ranch at Howe High School. 12-10, the Lady Bulldogs lead. The Howe girls are 2-7 in district play.
Yeah, and they average in district play 37.8 points per game, and they give up an average of 46.9. It's about the same in both non-district and district play.
It really is, except that, my calculations might be a little off because I switched the gunner score from Tuesday. So it'll be very similar, but not exactly the same. Here's an inbounds from Maynard to Pulliam back in the game. And she'll kick it on over to Shirey. And now Maynard in the right wing. Mathers drives the lane, rolls around the rim, no good. It gets away, but it's rebounded by Shirey. She puts it back up, and we've got a tie ball game at 12 with 7:38 left to go in the second. Ball gets away again from Howe, and another turnover.
At this point, it just seems like they're heaving it. I don't think they're knowing what to do here on this press.
That's now 8 turnovers for Howe.
8.
And I tell you what, my coach wouldn't like that.
8 turnovers. In the corner, Pulliam for 3. No good, rebounded by Landry Sanders. She'll get it to Tegan Stubblefield. A good press by Blue Ridge. And that's causing a lot of havoc. Gentry Doty jumps. She has the ball in her hands for 1 second. Turn and shot for 3. It's good, 15-12.
She almost turned that pass perfectly, immediately into a shot.
She likes to shoot it. Maynard, left wing. Now inside, KK Fordham into the game. Shirey will drive to the bucket. She turned around on Natalie Stewart and put that one in. It's 15-14. Stubblefield down the lane to Griffin. And Landry Sanders thought about the 3. She drives inside to the free throw line. Missed the jumper. Natalie Stewart tries to corral it. She can. It's going the other way. Pulliam guarded by Sanders. Pulliam, middle of the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Shirey. Kicks it out. That's Mathers driving to the bucket. She's cut off. And a walk is going to be called on Fordham.
Yeah, this is not a game of coaches. I tell you that.
It's not a coach's dream.
For sure, yeah.
You've got great coaches here, obviously. But it's not a coach's dream of well-played basketball.
Yeah.
Tegan Stubblefield to Landry Sanders. Back to Stubblefield. Kendall Griffin thought about driving to the bucket. A loose ball foul going to be called against Blue Ridge. Emery snap into the game for the first time. And the foul's going to be called on Shirey, her second. Sanders to inbound. Inside to snap, and that one's good.
Just a simple stack play on the right side over there. Easy bucket.
17-14, Howe in the lead, 5:40 on the clock here in quarter number 2. Pulliam is going to have it stolen away by Landry Sanders. Sanders trying to corral it, gets it to Stubblefield. A long pass to Kendall Griffin, who turns around, double covered. She goes right to the bucket. A great pass underneath to Emery Snap, who puts it in and draws the foul. 19-14, and Snap's going to have a chance to make it a 6-point game.
Man, I tell you what, that is a fantastic pass from Kendall Griffin.
That was. It really was.
Just put it exactly where it needed to be.
So Snap will shoot the back end, or shoot the back end of the three-point play. And the high arcing shot is good. It's a 6-point game with Howe in the lead. 5:20 left to go in second quarter. Pulliam will bring it up. Now Jimenez left wing. Mathers now over to Jimenez, who shoots the three ball behind the right wing. And rebounded by Kendall Griffin. Now to Stubblefield, now to Landry Sanders. Dribbling down to the right side, lots of pressure. Stubblefield into the corner, Gentry Doty jacks it up again, and hits it again. Gentry Doty catch and shoot.
There is no thought process going into that. It's catch and shoot.
Catch and
Bam.
shoot, 23-14. She hit 4 3-pointers the other night, about a week ago.
She wants to hit 5 tonight.
Apparently so. Pass underneath, Stubblefield gets it away. There was a lot of contact, none called. Still more contact between Griffin, and now Griffin, the hustle, she's fighting for it on the ground. There's a foul going to be called as Griffin gets up holding her arm a little bit. The foul is going to be called against Blue Ridge, apparently.
That got very physical.
Very physical, right in front of us, too.
Yeah.
Coach Derek Osborne is not happy at all for Blue Ridge. And the officials are going to call Osborne really animated, hitting his left arm with his right hand, saying call the foul there.
Well, I don't know. There were probably a few fouls that could have been called there.
Shirey picks up her third foul for Blue Ridge with 4:20 left to go in quarter number 2. Sanders and Derek Lands reminds or tells the officials that it should be 1-1, and it is. He reminded the officials to look at the scoreboard. Hey, they're in the bonus.
That's the second time tonight he's just like told the ref what to do.
Lands holds all the cards here tonight. So Griffin will go to the line. And she'll shoot the first one is in. 24-14 and a 10-point lead for Howe with 4:20 left to go here in the second. Griffin going to try to add to it right here. And this shot up high, rolls in. So Howe with an 11-point lead, quickly down the court into the corner. Ward now Jimenez for 3 left wing off the right side, no good. Rebounded, however, by Blue Ridge, put back up, that's no good. Now into the hands of Kendall Griffin, going the other way. A pass to Tegan Stubblefield, now in the corner. Landry Sanders going to the bucket, a jump shot about 8 feet away, no good. Rebounded by Griffin, and now a long 3 by Tegan Stubblefield. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Gentry Doty rebounds, she's going to shoot it, a hook shot, as she was just going to heave it up there. And that's no good, but she was fouled.
She drew the foul there.
Yeah. Tell you what, that looked like the 60s.
That was a hook shot now. So Doty will go to the line. Howe with an 11-point lead, 3:50 on the clock. First shot is good. She can shoot the basketball. She is a pure shooter. Good looking shot too. First shot makes it a 12-point game. Doty dribbles a few times, bends her knees. Second shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Snap. She tries to put it back up, and a foul is going to be called on Jimenez. Coach,
I was going to say, this game went from sloppy and it got a little more physical here in the last few minutes, and it's worked really well for Howe.
Yeah, 12-point lead, and Emery Snap is going to shoot 2 here. And it's 9-2 in the foul call. So Snap will shoot here with 3:47 left to go in the second. She'll dribble a few times. High arcing shot, nothing but net. Now with a 13-point lead, 27-14. Anybody see this coming?
Offensive rebounds.
Carson Grogan saw it coming. Carson Grogan running the scoreboard, our engineer. Second shot is good, 28-14. Grogan, who's always right on the scores. There's a pass underneath, stolen away by Emery Snap, and her pass is errant. It gets away from Kendall Griffin, and a jump ball is going to be called, and that's going to go to Howe.
I mean, there are people like falling to the court like every down, every time they go down.
Sanders to Stubblefield, back to Sanders, back to Stubblefield. They bring it across. Stubblefield, a long pass, that's stolen away. They make long passes that get stolen a lot. And here's Mathers charging to the bucket, draws the foul.
And that's what's killing them more than anything, the long passes across the court. Most of the time you're not going to get those long passes to work unless someone is absolutely just wide open.
They make a lot of long passes. So Mathers' first shot is no good, off the front of the rim. And second shot is right through the hoop. That one's good, 28-15. And 3:25 left to go before half. Stubblefield, back to Sanders. Back to Stubblefield. Here's where we see the long pass. It goes in the middle of Griffin. And now Gentry Doty in the corner for three. She does it again. She does it again. How many is that, Blizzard?
That's 3 threes for Gentry tonight.
Catch and shoot, 31-15.
And they've all been in the exact same spot.
Boy, you talk about catch and shoot jumper from the corner. Gentry Doty is on fire.
This has been an explosion of offense for Howe in the second quarter.
And it's been because of Doty for the most part.
Yeah, it's been good offense, and I don't know, it's been a lot better than the first quarter.
Pulliam inbounds to Mathers. Pulliam's going to go straight to the bucket. The layup, that's off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Griffin. She uses her elbows to get the rebound. And now Landry Sanders, deep three off the back of the rim, no good. A fight for it underneath. Rebounded by Lachey. She puts it back up, no good. And now finally Mathers comes down with it. And all the way from coast to coast goes Mathers as she ran right into Doty. And she basically just bulldozed her way over Doty for the foul.
I guess it was called on the floor, so no shot on that.
Well, Howe not in the bonus. And here is a pass, inbound pass. And now a long three by Mathers, again short. I thought it was going to be saved, but it was not. And Howe's going to have possession with 2:37. And yeah, I guess you're right. They did call it on the floor, obviously. Sanders.
A lot of threes in this game.
Into Doty. Sanders, a pass to Kendall Griffin at high post. She'll dribble up to the top. Ball gets away from her. It's stolen by Pulliam. A left-handed layup, jump shot, that's no good. Griffin might have had a hand on it, and it's going to go to Howe as it was off of Maynor at the very tail end of that.
And I think she did get a hand in on that one.
So 2:16 on the clock here in the first half. Griffin going the other way. A bounce pass out. Emery snap for the three. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Sanders comes up with it. A pass, snap, thought about it again. She probably should have shot it inside. Griffin up off the glass. That rolls in. Howe with a 33-15 lead with 1:54 left to go in quarter number 2. Pulliam dribbling to the right side, guarded by Sanders. To Mathers, inside Jimenez, off the glass, no good, but Doty's going to pick up her second foul. It feels like Doty has 15 three-pointers, Blizzard.
She's 3 of 4, but they've all been in the exact spot.
It just feels like she's got more than 3.
They've all came at big times. Like Blue Ridge will make a little run back, and then.
And it's just been an easy, just catch and shoot immediately.
Yeah, there's no thought process.
That's what's crazy about it. It's like she catches it and is immediately going into the shot.
So the first shot by Jimenez is good. That cuts the lead to 33-16. A minute 43. And the back end is rims on, rims out. Rebounded by Sanders. She's going the other way. In the corner, Gentry Doty for 3. This time it's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Thornton. Griffin has it. She'll drive to the bucket. Puts it up off the glass. That's no good. Rebounded by Blue Ridge Jimenez. And a foul, I think, is going to be called on Griffin. Carson Grogan nods his head, yes. And now Howe puts Blue Ridge in the bonus as the fouls have gone 5 consecutively to the Lady Bulldogs.
Like we've been saying since the beginning of this game, a very physical and kind of an ugly game from the start.
Jimenez dribbles several times. Off the back of the rim, no good on a foul shot. Rebounded. Inside now, here's Griffin the other way. The ball's tied up. It was Riley Burris who got the rebound and kicked it out to Griffin. Now the possession's going the other way.
That's a good job of Blue Ridge to get down there and tie the ball up.
A minute 14 on the clock. Mathers will dribble across the line. Jimenez has it left wing guarded by Doty. Into the corner, Mackenzie Baker. Now right side long, Jimenez 3, and that's good. 33-19 with under a minute left here in the first half. Griffin uncontested. Into the corner. Doty trying to pass it underneath. It was blocked by Jimenez, and here goes Blue Ridge the other way. Mathers has it left wing. Now right side to Baker, who kicks it out. Jimenez up top to Mathers. Ball over her head, guarded by Thornton. Nope, actually a timeout's going to be called with 32.6 left to go here in the second quarter. Howe leading 33-19.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see how this game has gone so far because it's been kind of back and forth, especially because Howe made a run early in the second quarter, and now Blue Ridge is kind of starting to pick apart the defense. And I know they haven't scored a lot specifically, but you can tell that they're starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, the three-pointer was key for them a moment ago to hang around. I mean, it's still a 14-point game. A long way to go in this one, though.
Yeah.
So, team's getting ready to come back out. It'll be Burris, Sanders, Doty, Thornton, and Griffin for Howe, with 32.6 remaining in the quarter before the half. Mathers has it blocked by Thornton out of bounds, and they'll do it again. They tell Thornton to back up a little bit, give her some space. Mathers does get it in. And now on the runner, back to Mathers off the glass. The runner is good, and it's 33-21. Blue Ridge awakening. 23 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Griffin dribbling down. Landry Sanders, right wing. Thought about the three. Gentry Doty for 3 off the front of the rim, no good, but rebounded by Griffin. In the lane, puts it up, draws the foul. The shot is no good, but Kendall Griffin will shoot with 10.9 left to go before half.
That's a good drive to the basket.
Also a great rebound by Kendall there.
She's very aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, we talked at one point about maybe she might be a cornerback. Maybe she should show up to two-a-days. I bet she would.
You know what?
I bet she would tackle. First shot, no good. I don't think she would fear contact at all.
No, I think the way she plays basketball, and she could be a cornerback.
I don't think there's any question. I think she could do it. Dribbles very close to the ground, 10.9. High free throw, in and out. And it goes out of bounds, and Howe should have possession. But they're going to They're going to give it to Blue Ridge. Now, a question about it. The officials are going to talk about that. It's going to be White. It's going to be Howe's ball. And again, Coach Osborne for Blue Ridge is just extremely upset.
And I'm not sure on that. I guess it went out of bounds before. Like
I thought it was Howe's ball. Here's a pass inside. Madeline Stewart. Oh, that's Burris rather. Off the glass and good. And here's quickly down the court. A long three-point shot is no good by Mathers, and Howe will take a 14-point lead into the half. 35-21. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Howe Bulldogs basketball brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, TechWave, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Corfit Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric. Also brought to you by 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete. Now with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Welcome back. We are at Howe High School. We're dubbing this the Ranch at Ponderosa. Very strange. We got a new board here, and we're having a hard time adjusting to it. But we'll figure it out. So, how's your first half of Color Analyst? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
I think you're doing a good job. How's it feel so far?
Feels good. I think I started off a little bit, I guess, timid, I would say, but I think I've kind of figured myself out a little bit.
Well, it helps when your play-by-play guy is fluid and not having to work with the board and all of that. But we're okay. We'll get there. Hey, so let's talk about the first half a little bit. The Howe Lady Bulldogs, what's your impression of them? Is this the first time you've seen them?
Yeah, it is the first time I've seen them this season, and apart from looking at stats this morning on Max Preps, it's my first impression of them, and they've done a really good job of getting the ball inside. They're good. They don't miss layups, and they seem to be really good shooting the three ball.
I would say Gentry Doty. I mean, that to me, and she's come on here lately. It's not like she's been, the three bomb for Gentry Doty hasn't been there all year. This is a relatively new thing. But she's played a lot of minutes lately, and she's scored a lot of points lately.
Yeah, I mean, that three, it's impressive how fast she decides to shoot the ball, because she catches it and immediately goes into her form. I mean, there's no time between that at all. So the boys' teams are warming up right now. So
let's go over to Blizzard and see if Blizzard can give us some stats.
All right, in the first half, the Howe Lady Bulldogs are winning 35-21 over the Blue Ridge Lady Tigers. Kendall Griffin is your leading scorer right now with 10 points. Gentry Doty has 9 points, 3 of 4 from 3 so far tonight. Emery Snap has 7 points. Tegan Stubblefield and Landry Sanders both have 3 points, and Riley Burris has 2 points. That's your scoring leaders for the Bulldogs. Assist leaders are Kendall Griffin with 3 and Landry Sanders with 3. Sanders also gives you 2 steals, and Emery Snap adds you a steal. Rebound leaders, Kendall Griffin with 3, Landry with 3, and Lachey Thornton with 3. So the 3 ball tonight for the Lady Bulldogs, they are 5 of 9 shooting the 3.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to win you a lot of ball games.
In this game, if the Howe Lady Bulldogs wouldn't have such a high turnover count, it could be lights out for the Lady Blue Ridge Tigers. And I noticed that the Lady Blue Ridge Tigers were giving up that 3 ball in the corner on both sides when they were in that press. The press was forcing turnovers, but now they went to a man-to-man defense, and the 3 ball hasn't been there as much, nor the turnovers for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. Now we'll jump into the Blue Ridge stats. They have a lot of girls that shoot the basketball. and not particularly well, but they shoot it. Abigail Jimenez is their leading scorer with 8 points. She is 2 of 2 from 3 and adds 2, or she has 9 points. She has 3 from the free throw line. Raina Shuri has 4 points. Kylie Mathers has 6 points. Rylan Smith has 4 points. And their assist leaders are Kylie Mathers. She's also the rebound leader. She has 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Grace Pullman has 2 rebounds, and Shuri has 2 rebounds as well. Gracie Pullman has a steal. Mathers has 3 steals, and Mackenzie Baker has 2 steals, and KK Foldham has 2 steals.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Bulldogs coming up next. Howe is basically playing for the 3 seed, Blue Ridge, and Howe, that's going to be a great game. Howe comes in overall with a district record of 6-4, Blue Ridge at 5-5. You know, Howe got the huge win the other night against at Gunner, and have a little momentum, you would think, coming out of that game.
For sure. I mean,
you
hit a shot like that, and it
that was a massive buzzer.
It does so
beater.
much for your team.
Yeah. So Austin Haley hits that, and the crowd goes nuts, and depends on what happens today. That'll be a front page cover of the Howe Enterprise on Monday. Howe is going to have that same intensity and not have a letdown. And when you have a big game like that, that's always what you worry about, is the letdown after that. So I would imagine Howe will come out here and hopefully, if you're a Bulldog fan, they'll do well and take care of business.
One thing I want to talk about in the boys district is teams 1 through 6, being Leonard, Bales, Howe, Blue Ridge, Pottsboro, and Gunner, can all beat each other on any given night. It's that close together as a district.
If you're Gunner, Gunner beat Pottsboro and Gunner beat Bells, but they lost to Whitewright and Bonham. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it's just all these teams, a narrow margin of who's actually a better team, in my opinion.
I think that's where basketball separates football a little bit. Basketball, on any given night, any given team can show up, and I think on football it's more based on what you have.
In football, generally the better team wins.
Yeah.
In high school and college, on most nights. Now, it's not so much like that in the NFL, but high school and college, the better team almost always wins. Now, that's why I said almost, because
there's always upsets.
Yeah, but generally, the better team always wins. In basketball, it's not like that. You can have something crazy and your star player foul out, and things can get a little hairy. We're just about ready for the girls to come back out here on the court for the second half. Howe with a 35-21 lead here at half. And if you're the Lady Bulldogs, you got to clean up the turnovers, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and the turnovers have been their biggest problem for sure as this game has gone on. I think they're doing everything else extremely well.
Well, they're definitely catching and shooting pretty well with Gentry Doty.
Well, that's more like one player's doing that, and I'm still impressed by how fast the shot's coming off.
So Howe will have possession, I believe. Yep, Howe will have possession as we start the second half. They'll flip it around. Howe will be going to our left from our vantage point. We're on the court right across from the bench, across from the home side. Landry Sanders will inbound to Tegan Stubblefield. And she does behind the line. Back to Sanders. Griffin at the three-point line will drive to the bucket, turn, pivot, Stubblefield for 3. And that one's no good off the left side of the rim. It goes out of bounds, and Blue Ridge will have possession. So on the court for the Lady Bulldogs will be Doty, Griffin, Stubblefield, Sanders, and Stewart. Pulliam will bring it up for Blue Ridge. Standing right at the top of the arc. Pass over to Ward at left wing. Now Mathers top of the key, tries to feed Smith inside, it gets away. Mathers ends up with it. Now Ward pivoting, and now Mathers inside Smith again on Madeline Stewart. She'll kick it out. Jimenez, right wing. Now Pulliam will feed Smith again. You can tell what they're going to try to do here in the second half. By that possession, they're going to try to feed Smith on the inside, Rylan Smith. And she puts it off the glass. That's good. 35-23, 7:02 left to go in the third. Stubblefield, a pass to Kendall Griffin. Now in the corner. That's Landry Sanders for three off the front of the rim, no good. Into the lap of Pulliam, who quickly bring it down the court. She's cut off by Sanders. And Mathers thought about the three. Pulliam now, top of the key, guarded by Stubblefield. Dribbling. Now left side, Jimenez. Guarded by Doty. Into the corner. Mathers will go to the bucket. She kicks it out to Jimenez, and a block is going to be called on Kendall Griffin, who thought she drew the foul, and so did Derek Lance.
She was definitely still moving on that one.
So 6:31 on the clock, and Griffin picks up her second foul. It's the first foul, team foul of the half. And here's a inbounds pass. Jimenez, jumper on the inbound. No good, and goes off of Blue Ridge, and Howe will have possession. And again, Osborne is really upset. Every time Howe ends up with the ball on the baseline, he's not happy about it. Stubblefield, Sanders, inside Griffin, going to the bucket, of course. They're going to say she traveled, but she took a Euro step.
That was not a travel there.
Not a travel.
And actually a really good move.
That was a great Euro step, but she got called for the travel. Pulliam, top of the key. Left side. Jimenez for three. Off the front of the rim. No good. A scramble and a fight for it. That's going to be a jump ball, loose ball. And possession will go to Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge has switched some things up since halftime. They're trying to move the ball around a little bit more.
I think they're trying to get it inside a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's a pass, Jimenez. Thought about the three was Mathers. She shoots the runner. That's going to go out of bounds. She tries to save it, and that's unsuccessful. She hits the wall in the process, but Howe will have possession. It's a great effort, but unsuccessful. Stubblefield going the other way. 5:52 on the clock here in the third. Howe with a 35-23 lead. Pass gets away, but Sanders ends up with it. A pass in the corner. Madeline Stewart shoots it. That's no good. And Sanders trying to tie it up, but she's going to draw the foul, I believe. And that'll be her second foul. Emery snap checking in for Madeline Stewart. And Jimenez will inbound to Pulliam, who will bring it up by herself. 5:39 on the clock here in the third. Pulliam quickly down the court, guarded by Stubblefield. Drives to the right side. Now top of the key, Ward. Mathers will be fouled by Landry Sanders. And the fouls are quickly piling up, and if you're Blue Ridge, that's how you get back into this game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Blue Ridge is going to do here on this possession. They need to pound it inside.
Pulliam inbounds to Mathers, back to Pulliam. 5:26. Guarded by Sanders, top of the key. A lot of movement across the baseline by Blue Ridge. Mathers, top of the key, feeds underneath the Ward, tried to put it up on the layup, no good. Now Jimenez for three. That one air balls and no good, goes out of bounds, and Howe will have possession with 5:08 left to go in the third. A very sloppy game, but Howe with a 12-point lead, and if you're a Bulldog fan, you'll take it however it looks.
And we've said from the beginning of this game that it just hasn't looked clean. It's been a lot of people on the floor and a lot of fouls.
Timeout's been called.
The refs are definitely letting them play a little bit with the physicality.
Yeah, you've seen that a lot here tonight, especially on like the offensive side, and especially earlier in the game when we saw them come by us. They were like, I mean, she basically got tackled here near us. So.
Yeah,
there was a
form tackle there. 3 fouls have been called in the half, and all on Howe so far. And now a press is coming out by Blue Ridge. They're going to try to get back in this thing using the press. Sanders, a pass to Griffin. Griffin stops, back to Sanders, across the line. Griffin has it stripped away from her, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to be off of Doty and going the other way, Blue Ridge. And that's, if you're Blue Ridge, you're going to have to force Howe to make turnovers, and no better way to do that than press them. Blue Ridge to the right side, Jimenez. Ward, right wing, guarded by Griffin. Top of the key, Mathers a 3 from the hip. That's no good. It was short, airballed, and Howe will have possession. Still in a press look. Sanders to inbound. Stubblefield and Griffin will switch places, trying to get open. Griffin did. Griffin comes up the near side. Right-handed dribbling. She picks it up. She goes to Sanders, middle of the court. Now right wing. Ball away. An errant pass is stolen by Smith. Quick pass underneath. And Smith is going to put it up on the layup. That's no good. Sanders comes down with it. Stubblefield will pass out to Sanders, who gets across the line. 4:21 on the clock. Griffin, top of the key. A quick pass underneath to Doty. A great pass by Griffin, and Doty puts it off the glass and good. A 15-point game with 4:10 left to go in the third. Pulliam, right side Mathers, driving to the bucket, puts it up on the runner, going to draw the foul on Tegan Stubblefield. She rounded the corner on Stubblefield.
And the press for Howe, that was a long string of events right there, and the press is really what's causing them to have these turnovers, and they went back to it there.
14-point lead for Howe, but towing the line is Mathers with 4:01 on the clock here in the third.
Mathers is 2 of 4 from the free throw line.
Make it 3 of 5 as she hits that one to make it a 13-point game, as Griffin, uncontested, will bring it up. Dribbling to the right side. Doty right corner. She picks up her dribble. Bounce pass over to Sanders. Emery Snap into the game. Snap will have the ball top of the key, and a foul is going to be called on Pulliam. And no, that was on Howe. Is that on Stubblefield? That was a loose ball foul on Stubblefield. So Pulliam going the other way. Major, that's stolen by Kendall Griffin. Here comes Griffin. The ball's knocked away there by Maynard. But Maynard's going to get the foul call. It's her second, and with 3:29, Howe will inbound underneath on change of possession. Sanders finds Emery Snap. Now in the corner, Griffin for 3, no good, into the arms of Smith. And now Pulliam will bring it the other way. 3:19 on the clock. Howe by 11. Mathers feeds inside to Smith, and I believe Emery Snap's going to be called.
I think that's an over the back right there.
That's a tough call. So the foul's starting to rack up now. Howe with 5 and Blue Ridge with 1. A quick inbound pass. Great defense by Griffin. Smith, the shot no good. Rebounded by Jimenez. She puts it up. That's no good. It goes out of bounds, but Jimenez picks it up before it does so. She puts it up off the glass, and it's a 9-point game. 2:54 on the clock. Griffin, top of the key. Has nowhere to go. Now she starts dribbling. Corner to Doty, who makes a move. She's cut off, but I believe a foul might be called underneath on Mathers. And it is. That's her second. That's the second team foul on Blue Ridge. And Pulliam will check out. And into the game goes Mackenzie Baker. 2:42 on the clock here in the third. Howe with a 9-point lead. At one time, it was as much as 16, I believe.
Yeah, Blue Ridge just played a good second half.
Corner, this is Doty for three, no good. Rebounded by Thornton, but the putback is no good. And now another foul call on Howe, which is 6 team fouls, and that one's going to be on Thornton, the junior. Mathers will bring it up in Pulliam's absence. And Maynard feeds inside to Jimenez, and another foul is going to be called. That one's going to be on Doty, I believe. And now fouls are racking up every time you go down the court.
It is fouls left and right for Howe, and that is not how you close out a ball game.
That puts Blue Ridge in the bonus, or Howe's in the bonus, which Blue Ridge will go to the line. 2:22 on the clock. Jimenez's shot is good. And it's a 8-point game.
She is 4 of 5 from the free throw line so far.
Second shot, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Smits, trying to put it back up. That's no good. She'll kick it out to Jimenez. Baker, Mathers, Maynard. That one's stolen away into the arms of Emery Snap. Doty dribbling it down. Wants to shoot the three. Off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Baker going the other way. Now into the arms of Mathers. Corner to Maynard. Inside. Jimenez off the glass. That's good. It's a 6-point game.
Wow.
I guess Derek Lands called a timeout.
Yeah.
But he looked at him, and Lands looked like he didn't call it. That was strange. But apparently he did. So it's 37-31 as Howe went across the line, and Lands apparently called the timeout.
Yeah, this game is it completely has turned around from where we were at the beginning. And Blue Ridge has been able to penetrate Howe's defense.
Yeah, they're capitalizing on turnovers and fouls. They're getting Howe in foul trouble, and now they're in the bonus. So every time there's a foul call, they're going to get to shoot here.
And
we're in the third.
Yeah.
We're in the third.
Yeah, I know. With all these fouls being called, it's going to make it really tough on Howe going forward.
So 6-point lead for the Howe Lady Bulldogs.
Jimenez has been the spark for Blue Ridge here in the third quarter.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's also been poor offense by the Howe Bulldogs. The press is really what's been killing them all game.
So Howe trying to finish it out. Here's a pass to Thornton underneath. Long pass off the rim and good. And Howe finally with a bucket. 39-31 with 1:35. And Lands is animated about something as another foul's been called. And this one on Thornton.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure how that was a foul. She just kind of rammed her way in, and I guess got it with the technicality there.
So Mathers shoots, and that one is good. And it's back to a 7-point game with 1:35 left to go in the third. Mathers will shoot again. Second shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Thornton. The ball gets away. Another turnover. Mathers have it. A wide open three by Jimenez, and that's a three bomb, which is good. And all of a sudden, it's a 4-point game. Sanders inbounds to Griffin, who will drive to the right side. Ball gets away. Mathers has it. Another turnover. Mathers with a pass in the corner. Ward, three. It's not three, that's a 2. And now it's a 2-point game. 39-37. 58 seconds left to go in the third. This has been all Blue Ridge so far in the second half. A bounce pass to Doty. She's trapped in the corner, trying to get away, and a foul is going to be called on Jimenez, I believe.
That was a good job by Doty to draw the foul right there.
So not in the bonus. Only 3 team fouls on Blue Ridge. And Blue Ridge has fought their way all the way back. almost. It's a 2-point game.
They're close. We'll see what
Sanders
happens.
to inbound. And Snap has it, drives to the bucket, off the back of the glass, and good. She just threw it up there. 41-37, 42 seconds on the clock. Mathers going the other way. Right wing, feeds inside. Baker thought about it. Now she feeds Jimenez inside, turnaround jumper. That one is good. Jimenez has been on fire in the third quarter.
She cannot miss.
41-39, 23 seconds on the clock. Griffin dribbles across the court. Trapped, and now Landry Sanders in the corner. Doty, 3-ball short, and that's rebounded by Jimenez. All of a sudden, Doty's gone ice cold for 3. Mathers, right wing, top of the key now. Jimenez for 3. She's red hot. That one is good. It's 41. It's actually 42-41. Blue Ridge with their first lead
In a long time.
in a very long time.
I mean, I'm not sure what happened there for Howe.
Well, I can tell you what happened. It was Jimenez, and more Jimenez, because she was outstanding in that third period.
She had 13 points in the third quarter.
Wow.
Third quarter alone.
She has 19 for the game.
Wow.
She is single-handedly carrying this Blue Ridge team.
We were wondering how in the world that Blue Ridge would be able to come back in this game. It was going to be very tough. We had the conversation again, and here it happened again.
I mean, it's not over.
This time the other way.
It's not over. It's a 1-point game, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the Lady Bulldogs got some work cut out for them now.
All the momentum.
They were able to get the big lead really basically because Doty was hitting the threes. Tegan Stubblefield hit a 3. And now everyone's gone ice cold.
Yeah.
I think what they're going to need to do in this fourth quarter, I think they need to pound it inside. You need to get it to Madeline Stewart or anyone that's inside down there.
Sanders to inbound. Looking for Stubblefield on the run. She has it. Guarded by Baker. Now back in the arms of Sanders. Now Griffin has it get away from her for a second. She's going to drive to the bucket. Puts it off the rim. No good. Rebounded. Going the other way is Mathers. Along the left side. Keeps her dribble somehow. Guarded by Griffin. Now Baker trapped in the corner by Stubblefield. A pass up top. Now over to Ward in the corner. Or Maynard rather. Maynard to Mathers. Thought about the 3. He's going to drive to the middle of the lane, throw it up. That's no good. It goes out of bounds. And Osborne says it went off of Howe. And Land says no, it's Howe's ball. Osborne says it went off of Howe. And we're going to see who wins this one. Apparently it's Land's again. So uncontested, here comes Howe. Trailing by 1 as we enter the fourth period. Stubblefield has it blocked. She gets it away. She gets it back, however. Dribbles back across the line. Griffin a long pass. Landry Sanders for 3. That's too much to the left. Doty rebounds in the corner underneath the snap. Turn around. And that one's stolen away. That could have been a foul call. It's not called. Mathers will take it the other way. A pass to Maynard, and that one is 3, and she pushed it through for 2, or is that 3?
That was a 3.
Wow. I thought Maynard might have been on the line, but all of a sudden Blue Ridge just turned this game completely around. Emery Snap with a pass and a shot off the glass that rolls in and out, but she's fouled, and she'll be fouled by Maynard, who picks up her 3rd. 8 fouls for Howe, 3 for Blue Ridge, with 6:37 remaining in the game. Howe trails by 4. Emery Sanders at the line, a snap at the line. And the first one is no good. And she slams the ball back to the official in disgust.
She's 3 of 4 now from the free throw line tonight.
So Snap second shot as she toes the line very slowly, methodically. The second shot is good. And it's a 3-point game. 6:37 remaining in the game. In the corner, Maynard tries to turn and dribble to the bucket, but Landry Sanders is there. No call, as there was a lot of contact. The ball went out of bounds. They'll call it off of Sanders, and Blue Ridge will retain possession. Baker to inbound, guarded by Stubblefield. Baker got to go somewhere with it. An inbound pass to Jimenez, who went up for the shot, but she's fouled.
No foul.
No foul. It was blocked. And Howe's going to have the ball going the other way. The inbound pass Sanders to Stubblefield. 6:29 on the clock. 3-point game. Stubblefield back to Sanders. Back to Stubblefield, left wing. Inside to Snap, outside. Doty for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Sanders. Now to Griffin in the corner, far side. Long pass across. Doty for three again. Off the front of the rim, no good. Here goes Maynard the other way on the right side. She slows up and hands it over to Mathers. We haven't seen Pulliam in the game in quite some time. Mathers will give it to Maynard. Back to Mathers, top of the key, guarded by Griffin. Maynard will dribble to the bucket, stops, goes up, and a foul's going to be called on Doty. And that will be her third, as Maynard will shoot leading by three over Howe quickly, and that one's no good on the left side of the rim. And now a mass substitution by Blue Ridge. Checking in is Pulliam, Smith, and I didn't catch the other one, maybe Shirey. Mathers, second shot is no good. Stubblefield now quickly down to Snap, who misses the layup, but Griffin ends up with it. She's going to draw the foul on Mathers, I believe.
This is a very physical game. The refs are calling it like it is, too.
Well, they're starting to let them play a little bit here, too. They've eased up on the foul calls.
Well, they've gone kind of back and forth, because at the start of the game we saw that it was very physical and they weren't calling many fouls.
Well, the third quarter got very whistle happy. That one, the first shot is good for Griffin. Makes it a 2-point game. The foul was called on Teely Manning, and she'll hit the bench, and coming in to take her place is Brianna Ward. Second shot by Griffin with 5:36 remaining in the game is a high arcing shot, nothing but the bottom of the net, makes it a 1-point game. 5:36 left. Mathers brings it up. Pulliam, that's Jimenez for three. Mathers gets the rebound, however. She puts up another three, that's no good. Stubblefield with the big rebound. Quickly out to Sanders on the right side. The pass gets away and ends up in the lap of Mathers. Now Blue Ridge and Pulliam going to the right side with 5:09 on the clock. Stubblefield, and now feeding inside to Smith. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line, no good. Sanders has it tied up with Mathers, and possession will go Blue Ridge. Wow.
A lot of defense so far in this fourth quarter.
Timeout's been called. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back.
Howe Bulldogs basketball, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, TechWave, Howe Athletic Booster Club, and Meacham State Farm. Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden. Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Core Fits Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric. Also brought to you by 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete. Now with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Thanks.
Well, back to action. 5:01 left to go in this game. 1-point game. Blue Ridge will inbound. Pulliam now will feed inside to Mathers. Puts it up. That's no good. Rebounded by Smith. That's no good. Mathers ends up with it again, however. She'll dribble up top. Guarded by Griffin, and now into the arms of Pulliam. Now Jimenez, guarded by Snap. left wing, and a loose ball foul underneath will be called on Griffin, I believe, and it is a push. And going to the line now will be Ward. That's the third foul on Griffin, and Ward makes her pay on the front end. 46-44 with a second shot coming. 4:43 on the clock left in the game. The second shot is also good. Now we have a 3-point game. Stubblefield will bring it down uncontested. Guarded by Ward. A pass left side to Sanders, back up top, Stubblefield. Right side to Griffin, behind the arc. A long pass over to Sanders, left wing. Top of the key to Stubblefield. Right wing to Griffin. Long pass to Sanders, shoots the three. That one's off the front of the rim, no good, no call. Rebound by Stewart, and now a call. A push against Howe.
I think it was she stepped out of bounds, actually.
Okay. 4:13 on the clock, and here comes Pulliam, guarded by Stubblefield. Right wing, now Ward, top of the key. Now Mathers, top of the key. Guarded by Griffin tightly. Mathers makes a play for the bucket. Stopped by Snap. Kicks it out, Pulliam, right wing. Jimenez thought about a long three. Now inside to Smith, turnaround jumper. That one rolls in, finally flushes through. And it's 49-44. Stubblefield down the court. Landry Sanders with 3:43 left to go in the game, down by 5, into the arms of Griffin, right wing. Driving to the corner. Behind the line, a long three goes on top of the backboard, and that will go the other way.
Yeah, she tried the step back three on that one.
So 3:33 left to go in the game. Howe trails by 5. They led at one point by 16. Doty back into the game. Will check in for Emery Snap. Howe trails by 5. Jimenez will inbound to Pulliam. And here comes Blue Ridge. Pulliam will be guarded by Stubblefield up top. Griffin on Mathers. Into the corner, Pulliam is going to drive to the bucket. Kicks it out to Ward for 3. It's short. Rebounded by Stubblefield, but it gets away from her. Knocked out of her hands, which means Howe's going to have possession going the other way.
The offense has been almost nothing here in the fourth quarter. It's been all defense, all physicality.
Here comes Stubblefield. Sanders to her left. Stubblefield picks up a dribble, now throws to the right side to Sanders. Now Doty, right wing, back to Sanders up top. Back to Doty, right wing, who's getting ready to shoot. Right in her face was Mathers. Long pass, Stubblefield, left wing. Top of the key now in the corner to Griffin. She'll dribble it up top, left wing. Cut off by Pulliam. Now Stubblefield thinks about the three. She's going to shoot the three. She's going to nail the three from the left wing, and it's a 2-point game with 2:35 left. Pulliam just across the line, guarded by Stubblefield. Stubblefield knocked it away. Now in the arms of Smith. Ward, Mathers for 3 at the top of the key, and that one is good. They swing it back the other way, 52-47 with 2:11 left to go in the game. Stubblefield, Doty thought about the long bomb. She pulled up, tried to feed inside.
2 back-to-back threes right there. Those were big threes, both. I mean, Howe got the momentum for just a second, and then right down the court, and Blue Ridge nails the 3.
Burris was fouled by Smith. The inbounds is stolen away by Jimenez. And here comes Mathers down the court, guarded by Griffin. Pulls up, gets it to Pulliam. Right side, she's going to make a play for the bucket. It goes off of Burris into the lap of Griffin. Griffin has it get away. A bounce pass over to Stubblefield, quickly to Sanders. Going to go to the bucket, puts it off the glass, it rolls in and out, rebounded by Jimenez. A minute 38 left to go in the game. Howe down by 5. Pulliam, that gets away. Stubblefield with the steal. She stops and shoots just inside the arc. It goes in and out. She gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Landry Sanders has it get away from her, but she regroups. Now, Doty with the long three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Ward with 1:16 left, a 5-point game, and here goes Blue Ridge down the court. Mathers penetrates the lane, easy layup off the glass and good. 54-47, and Blue Ridge with a 7-point lead with 1:06 left to go in the game.
I mean, they almost like didn't contest that layup. It just like went right through the lane.
Yeah, that you have to say that was uncontested. Yeah. You know, Howe did that the other night against Gunner when the last, 10 seconds left to go in the game. Kenny Buckholter penetrated the lane just like that, tied the game with about 14 seconds left. Uncontested, basically. Thankfully for the Bulldogs, Howe was able to come back and do magic on the other end with the Jedi magic from behind the arc.
Using the force.
So it's a 7-point game. This one got away from Howe. The Lady Bulldogs had a 16-point lead at one point, and it just appears like it's going to get away.
This has been a close one. I mean, at one point it seemed like there was no doubt that Howe was going to take command of this game, and they had command of this game. It just they've given it up.
I think Blue Ridge just came out to play in the third quarter. And really, the first quarter was even. Second quarter was all Howe. Third quarter, all Blue Ridge. And settle it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter was the damage. That's where the damage was done. Jimenez did all the damage. Here's a three bomb by Griffin off the front of the rim. No good. She gets her own rebound, puts it off the glass, and good. She's going to shoot to try to bring it a little bit closer to a 4-point game. What a play by Griffin.
I tell you what, that aggressiveness is what's keeping Howe in the game.
Griffin is just a spark plug. So with 56 seconds remaining, Griffin will shoot to try to make it a 4-point game. Emery Snap will check in for Riley Burrows. Sanders on the court. Snap, Stubblefield, Doty, and of course Griffin, who is shooting right here. And the first shot is good. It's a 4-point game. Griffin tightly guarding Mathers, who will dribble it up. Mathers is going to be fouled by Griffin. So to the line will go Mathers. Man.
She's missed her last 3 free throws, and there's only 3 of 8 on the night.
49.7 seconds left to go in the game. She misses that one. It stays a 4-point game. Second shot by Mathers is good. It rolls in. It's a 5-point game. Stubblefield quickly down the court. 47 seconds on the clock. Throws out to Doty. Right wing, back to Stubblefield. Stubblefield drives a little bit, kicks out to Doty. A long three. That one's off the front of the rim. No good. 36 seconds on the clock as Ward gets the rebound. Into the arms of Mathers. Driving to the right wing. Mathers makes a play on the bucket. Goes up. That's no good. Rebounded by Doty. Doty trapped underneath, and a foul is called.
I mean, at this point, you almost have to foul if Blue Ridge gets the ball again.
It's a 5-point game. Doty will toe the line on the other end. 23.7 seconds remaining in the game.
Doty is 1 of 2 from the free throw line so far tonight.
She is a good shooter. Shot is good, 55-51.
This next shot's a big one. Make it a 1-possession game.
Howe trails by 4. Doty back to the line. Couple of dribbles. Second shot. That one is good. It's a 3-point game with 23 seconds left. Mathers has it. She dribbles down the court. 20 seconds. 19 across the line. 16. And now a foul, an intentional foul, as Mathers will shoot. Now she's missed how many in a row now, Blizzard?
Well, she made the last
she made the last one, that's right.
And Kendall fouled out there.
That's the 5th foul on Kendall Griffin. She'll shake the hand of Coach Osborne over there, and she'll be replaced by Reese Smith coming into the game. .3 seconds left. When we get done with this game, we're going to end this broadcast and switch over to the boys' game. So we won't go straight into the boys' game from this particular site. You'll have to find the other one on HoweEnterprise.com on Studio 42 tab. Shot is no good. Into the arms of Snap. She gets it over to Landry Sanders. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Doty, it gets away from her. The pass goes over her head and out of bounds. Blue Ridge will have the ball with 5.6 seconds, and ironically, it'll be a turnover that keeps Howe from being able to tie the game at the buzzer.
And that's been going on. Those long passes across the court, they don't work. And they've been consistently doing them during the game, and that's what turned out to...
Well, it was a good idea.
Yeah.
It was a good pass to the right person. You know, even though Doty probably now is, she's made 3, right?
She's 3 of 11 right
3
now.
of, I was thinking 3 of 10 or so. So she started out real hot, but perhaps that's still your go-to person to tie the game. But the pass was just over her head, and Doty wasn't able to grab it. So a timeout's been called, and with 5.6 seconds left, Blue Ridge is going to have possession here.
And you have to foul here if you're Howe, and you have to hope they miss both free throws.
Blue Ridge coming back out on the court. All 5 players for Howe are in press. It won't be easy to get it out. Howe will try for a steal and a 3 or a quick foul. A long pass down the court. That was going to go out of bounds, and Howe will have possession with 5.6. Down in that corner, at their own corner. What a turn of events for the Howe Lady Bulldogs. If you're Blue Ridge, how do you let that happen? The ball was heaved down the court. They tried to beat the press on a long pass, and it was just too far. It got away and went out of bounds.
All they needed to do was get it into the hands of one of their players.
And now Derek Lance calls a timeout. He's going to draw up a play on an inbound to try to get it in the hands of somebody to shoot a 3 to tie it right here. Do we have a female Jedi?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
It'd be nice if, I mean, who do you put it in the hands of? Do you go back to Doty right here? She's probably, 0 for her last 10?
0 for her last 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who I would look for is Tegan. She made her last 1. She's 2 of 5 on the night from 3.
Yeah, she did hit a big one earlier.
Or if you get Landry open, I mean, she's 1 of 5.
If you've missed your last 7 in a row, though, aren't you due?
And they've been close. It's not like...
Yeah, they haven't been air balls. They've been like off the front of the rim. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, Carson Grogan and Blizzard both say Tegan Stubblefield.
I just feel like she could create her own shot if needed.
Again, Reese Smith into the game, not Kendall Griffin. Griffin fouled out a moment ago. So it's Snap, Emery Snap, Sanders, Doty, Smith, and Stubblefield. Emery Snap to throw it in. A long pass to Doty, and she's fouled. She'll shoot, apparently, with 4.0 seconds left to go in the game. But she can't shoot three foul shots. So it's a 1-and-1.
So do you make the first one and try to bounce the second one off the front of the rim? Is that what you're doing here?
I think you might need to. First shot is good. She nails that one. It's a 2-point game. Let's see what happens here. 4 seconds left to go. Doty to shoot. Second shot is good. It's a 1-point game, and a timeout's been called. 55-54. Are you kidding me?
We couldn't have asked for a better game.
At 1 point, Howe led by at least 16, and I think that's how far they got.
And then Blue Ridge came back and they led by like 5.
7.
7,
Yeah,
okay.
7.
So now Howe is pushed back, and it's a matter of time now.
Amazing. You know, the third quarter play by Jimenez was just, if Howe goes down here, it's going to be the play by Jimenez in the third period. It was just too much for him. But there's 4 seconds left, and Howe trails by 1. Blue Ridge will have the ball. Do you force another? Do they dare try to throw it and beat the press again?
No. I mean, what I would do here, I would try to get it into one of their best free throw shooters and let Howe foul. And then they make 2 free throws and force Howe to shoot a 3.
So Mathers, Jimenez, Pulliam, Ward, and Shirey. So the starting 5 back on the court for Blue Ridge. 4 seconds left. Howe trails by 1. Blue Ridge with the inbound. Looking for somewhere to go. They switch positions. A long pass. It's into the arms of Mathers, and Mathers is fouled with 1.1 left. And Landry Sanders got the foul. Now there was a switch out of bounds.
You can do that. It was legal.
As I believe Mathers switched with Pulliam. I believe that was the exchange. They switched the ball out of bounds, and Mathers then threw it to Pulliam. Mathers' free throw shot off the front of the rim, no good. It stays a 1-point game. There's 1.1 seconds left to go in this game. Howe trails by 1, and another timeout's been called. So they want to talk about this one.
Yeah, the strategy's interesting here. I'm not sure what you do.
Well, if you're Blue Ridge, you just try to make the second bucket.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe because if
there's only 1.1
if they
left.
miss and they get the rebound, they can end the game.
Which girl is going to heave the ball that far?
Yeah, I don't make it because then you give Howe a chance to call a timeout.
Yeah, then they can call a timeout and formulate a play of some type.
Yeah, because as soon as the ball's touched after 1.1 is going to run off.
Yeah, I think what you try to do, you try to hit it off the rim, and even if someone from Howe gets it.
Yeah, it's a good point. So Lands is discussing that, and so is Osborne.
And if she would make it, it's only a 2-point game. Howe's going to have to shoot a 3 anyway from where they're at with the time.
So she'll toe the line here.
I guess that's not what they're doing.
And we'll see what happens. 1.1 left. Second shot, that one is good. Howe will inbound. Long pass. Doty, a long 3. They'll call a travel. The shot was no good anyway, but they called a travel. And Howe loses this afternoon 56-54. A tough loss as they led by 16 at one point in the first half. A tough, heartbreaking loss for the Howe Lady Bulldogs, who will finish out their season on Tuesday at Bells. And this team's going to be good in a couple of years because a lot of sophomores on the floor. It's hard, you know, this is basically turned out to be a really good JV team, having to play a varsity schedule. So what we think next year will be a building block. It'll get better. And then the year after that, well, it should be an outstanding basketball team for Howe. So we're going to end this broadcast. We're going to go over to the boys. So this will be, we're going to end this one. So you're going to have to go over to HoweEnterprise.com, click on Studio 42. you can pick up the boys broadcast over there. We're going to be there in just a moment. So for everyone who's been a part of this 56-54 loss, for Jake Roberts, hey, real quick before we go, color analyst, debut. What do you think?
I think that as far as everything went, I think it could have gone worse.
I think you did an outstanding job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I see. I know you want to do this. How? Talk about your podcast real quick.
Okay. The Howe podcast, it's a local podcast that I do here in Howe, and we interview local people. We just had on Dan Thomas and Shelley Luther, so you can go check that out at how101.com.
All right, for everyone who's been a part of this one, including the Blizzard, Carson Grogan, and Jake Roberts. So long, everybody.